Hey everyone, it is Lucy here for our next video in our Hearthstone for Dummies series, which is what I like to call it. I am joined by...
I felt like a bit of a dummy in the last one.
No, I think it was fantastic. I'm joined by one of our Hearthstone resident experts, Cam Shea.
Hi, Lucy.
Now, in this video, I am going to choose a class, because in our last video you ran through all the classes. You kind of gave me a sort of brief overview of each one, and basically now we're going to pick a class and we're going to play with it. So after much deliberation, I have decided that we should play as a rogue.
Okay.
Because I am intrigued by that character.
Yep.
It's not, it's not the most obvious kind of... Usually, I'll say this, usually in games where you can pick a class, like RPGs, for example, I generally go with a warrior class because it's very straightforward.
Yep.
And
damage dealer.
Totally. And
Damage
it's such a straightforward, like, especially if you're going to get into a really dense game. For me, I choose the one that I'm most familiar with, which is warrior. But yeah, the rogue from your description, seems really interesting to me.
Rogue is fun to play, and let's just caveat this whole thing by saying, again, this is essentially a virgin account. Mm-hmm. We've just leveled the rogue to 10, which means we've got all the basic cards.
Yep.
And we've opened like a handful of card packs. So there's a couple of cards that you don't just start with that are peppered in here. But basically, we're not working with much. But thankfully, we'll be playing like on the really low rankings. So hopefully, we'll just be playing against other players with similar kind of sets of cards. And so what you want to do. So this is a custom deck that I've built because the one they start you with is rubbish.
Yep.
And so you pretty much, I think it's kind of good to kind of just run through the deck and see what's in there, because then you kind of can frame it in your mind about, okay, what could I draw that would help me here? What should I be looking for when I mulligan at the very start of the game? Mm-hmm. And then it will also give you a good idea of some of the cards that Rogue has to play with.
Okay.
So there's really interesting ones like 0 mana cost, deal 2 damage to an undamaged minion.
Yep.
So on turn 1, if your opponent plays something that's got 2 health, you can just kill it instantly. Or you can use that to lead into using a minion to attack a 5 health or whatever it may be. Deadly Poison, as you know, the hero power gives you a 1 attack, 2 use like Blade. And so Deadly Poison gives it +2 attack.
Okay.
Elven Archer is a straight up 1/1, very fragile body, but does 1 attack when you play it. Mm-hmm. So again, that can be used in a variety of different ways. Just that 1 extra damage sometimes really helps. Sap is a brilliant card. It just sends an enemy minion back to its hand. So if you have the damage to kill them and they play something with Taunt, you can just sap it back to their hand and just hit them in the head. Mm-hmm. Shiv, I've only got 1 of these in the deck. It's just basically a way to draw a card and deals 1 damage. I don't know. That's only in there because there wasn't anything better to put in there.
Yep.
Shiv is really crucial in miracle builds, but it's not. It's just 1 card.
What is a miracle build?
That's what I was talking about in the last video, where it's a lot of low-cost spells that you use to draw the cards out of your deck.
Right. I was clearly listening very hard.
No, but like it's a whole framework that you're kind of new to.
Yep.
So 2 acidic swamp oozes are in here because that destroys your opponent's weapon. So if we play against the weapon class, that's a valuable tool to have in your arsenal. Bloodsail Raider, which gains attack equal to the attack of your weapon.
Yep.
So that's great because the rogue's hero power gives her a weapon. So if you've already used the hero power, then you can get a 3/3 on the board. But if you've deadly poisoned your weapon or you've got an assassin's blade out, then she can be very, very powerful for 2 mana. So just a basic minion, Fan of Knives, 1 damage to all enemy minions, and you draw a card. So it's just a way to cycle through your deck and also do a bit of damage. Harvest Golem, just a solid body. It has a death rattle where it summons another minion. Mm-hmm. So that, like, you'll hear people talk about stickiness with minions.
Right.
And Harvest Golem is a good example. It basically means that it takes a couple of bits of resources from your opponent to kill it. So if you play it, you can be fairly certain, even if they kill the first half of it, the 2/1 that it summons when it dies hopefully will stick around and you'll have something on the board for your next turn.
Right, so a death rattle is essentially what it sounds like. It's once
when it dies, it's
you
triggered.
Die, it's okay.
So the Naxxramas expansion mid last year was themed around death rattles. A lot of minions with death rattle.
Right.
Shattered Sun Cleric, not a great minion for the cost, but you can buff up another minion, which could be really useful.
Yep.
Chillwind Yeti is just great value, solid body. Gnomish Inventor is in here just to draw us cards because you want to have ways to draw cards and kind of top your hand up as much as possible. And you know, like it's a solid body. We've got one of those, and then one minion with Taunt, Assassin's Blade for a bit of extra damage. Because if you think about it, 3 attack, and you can do 4 attacks, so you got 12 damage just in this one card. 1 Assassinate, because you can just kill a big threat that's in your way. Silverhand Knight, which as you play it summons a 2/2, so it can help you kind of fill the board. And then Boulder Fist Ogre, just because it's a big, solid body.
All right.
That's
Sounds good. Let's do it.
So should we hop in and play against the real person?
Yeah, I think a real person gives more of a slightly more realistic kind of scenario than playing against.
The thing is, it's just such an unknown who we could kind of wind up facing. Yeah. So fingers crossed it's a total noob who can stomp.
And not someone who is just going to slaughter us.
Hopefully not one of these pay-to-win types, because this is our free-to-play account. It's such a long road if you play this game for free. Like you just got to sink in so much time, honestly. All right, so we're playing against the warrior.
So we're going first, and this is the first time I've experienced us going first, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like in the last videos we were playing.
None of these cards are great to have in our opening hand.
Right.
Because there's not going to be anything big enough that's going to warrant sapping.
Yep.
And so it's
they
just...
They take up a lot of mana.
Well, we need stuff to play early. So that's not a great hand in any way. So we're not going to have much to do for a little while here. So we'll just pass the turn. And then on the second turn, we can use our hero power to give ourselves a dagger.
Yep.
And then at some point, we could use the deadly poison. So he didn't do anything on that turn either. So I think we're not going to hit him because we don't want to use one of the charges without being able to boost its attack.
Yep.
And next turn, I mean, we've actually really got nothing to do. So we could actually hit him and then re-equip the dagger and deadly poison next turn. But we might draw something that costs 3, so let's just save it.
Okay, play it safe.
And we still don't have any idea. Okay, so that's good. That's good. So this card, a 2/3 for 2, but if it takes damage and doesn't die, it gains 3 attack.
Okay.
So that's quite strong. So we drew a Shiv, but that's not really going to help us. So I think we are just going to deadly poison our dagger and just kill it.
Yep.
Then we're just going to pass the turn. And finally, we'll start to actually be able to play cards from the next turn. Oh, see, he's killed our weapon. That sucks.
What was that? What just happened?
That was an acidic swamp ooze. Okay. So it destroyed our opponent's weapon.
Naturally.
So I think what we're going to do is play Gnomish Inventor. It gets us another card, plus we can kill that, and it'll survive. And so that's kind of what you need to think about when you decide what to play, is like, does it challenge what's on the board, and will it survive at the same time?
Right.
Will he need to commit extra resources to kill it? Okay. So he slammed it, so that's 2, and then he's got a weapon of his own. So we've got to hope we draw our acidic swamp ooze to bump his weapon off. Alright, so right now... Oh, we did. Okay, cool. So we can destroy his weapon.
Yep.
And then we can play a Harvest Golem. So I think that's probably the play. I mean, we could do 1 damage with the Elven Archer and 1 damage with Shiv, and then still play the Acidic Swamp Ooze. So that might be better, because that kind of clears the board immediately.
Yep.
So
let's do that.
Yep. So Shiv. Alright, and then Elven Archer. And then he's not going to see what's coming. I love it when that happens, though. Like, he would have felt so good destroying our weapon, and then we destroy his. Although, you know, I guess ours kind of was slightly higher value. Oh, man.
What is this?
That's Cleave. 2 damage to 2 random enemies, and then this guy that he played, Frothing Berserker. Whenever a minion takes damage, gain 1 attack.
Okay.
So he just gained 2 attack because he killed 2 of our guys.
Right.
So that is
that was a clever play.
That is very problematic. Yeah, he had the exact answer. So what we should probably do is just, if we play the Boulder Fist Ogre, he might be able to like damage it without using this and then execute it. That's possible. But if we see, yeah, I think it's really our only good option because it contests this.
Okay.
So we'll play the big guy and see what happens. So right now, like, got similar number of cards, not that dissimilar a health total, but he kind of has the initiative.
Right.
And that's not really where you want to be. You want to be kind of leading play and making your opponent defend, and we're kind of in a defensive position. But all we really need is one turn where he doesn't have the answers. Yeah, he's got the answer. He's going to whirlwind. So this card, each time it takes damage, you draw a card.
Yep.
So it's always in warrior decks because that whirlwind card that does 1 damage to all minions, it draws a card with this guy. And you know, if you played it, then okay, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. That's good. All right, so I think he's just trying to race us down now.
Okay.
So let's see.
I'm taking a lead here, Cam.
Yep.
This is very bewildering to me. It's happening so fast.
So we can kill this guy with our Boulder Fist.
Yep.
And then we could one-shot that guy and only let him draw 1 card with our Assassin's Blade, just in case he has a way of doing 1 damage to it, which he probably does. And then that would leave us 2 mana, and we could just play River Crocolisk. And yeah, let's just do that.
Here we go.
Oh, I did it in the wrong order. That was really bad. Oh, that was so bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, totally. Oh, that's terrible play. So yeah, sequencing is key.
Yep.
That guy grows in strength each time something takes damage.
I see.
So I should have killed it first. So we're in a much weaker position now as a result of that. But you know what? Like,
oh, it's all learning.
These things happen.
Yep.
At least this guy's still alive and on the board. Okay, so he's gonna slam. He slammed his own minion instead of killing our minion, so he could draw a card. We drew 2 cards. Okay, so he's got a Blood Cell Raider 2, and he's going to take 6 damage to the face to maintain his board. Okay. Okay, this is good. So we could use Fan of Knives. We'll kill that and do 1 damage to that, and then we can hit that with this and finish it off.
Yep.
And then we could still play a Silverhand Knight.
I wonder.
So let's see what we draw from this first. Okay, so we've got a Taunt. That's going to come in handy.
Yep.
Kill that. Play this.
Attend me.
And then we can hit him.
We
Ready, sir.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, I don't think we're quite winning this game, but we're not doing too bad.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, you know.
So he's got much higher quality cards.
Right.
So Argent Commander is a really good one to have because see that shield around it.
Yep.
That's Divine Shield.
Okay, so that just means that he doesn't take any damage.
So, but that's okay because we can kill this guy with our weapon, this guy with our guy. It means we take another 2 damage to our face. So it leaves us at 15, but we do have a taunt. So let's just do that.
Here we go.
You insist.
Okay, and now we can set up our board and we've got 9 mana to do it. So let's hope he doesn't have Brawl.
Yep.
And
Attend me.
get ourselves a decent sized board. So that weapon's been a really effective way to clear minions. Okay, so he's got an even bigger weapon, which is going to kill that in one go, and give this Blood Cell Raider a whole heap of attack.
Right.
So that sucks. But he's still taking 3 to the face, but he's got 1 more charge on that, which means he can get us down to 10.
So it's so much of it is predicting. I mean, obviously with any kind of card game, but like so much of it is predicting what, depending on your knowledge of class and of the cards that particular class might have.
At this level, I don't really have any idea what to expect.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah.
So we're going to play Fan of Knives again to draw us a card and drop this minion into range.
Yep.
And then we're going to... so if we buff this guy up with the Shattered Sun, he can still kill it. I think he's going to attack our face. But we might as well buff the Harvest Golem up. Although we can do more damage now. Let's just do more damage now. And then I'm going to use the last charge on our weapon because we've got a Deadly Poison in hand, so we can create a new weapon next turn and bolster it up.
Yep.
So it really just depends if he has like a way to do 10 damage, because right now... Okay, so he is going to kill that. Takes him down to 7. Oh man, we've got it. No, he's got 9. Ooh. So we have in our hand 8 damage, and he's got 9 health. So the real question is, if we just attack him if we drop him down to 1 health, can he do 15 damage next turn? So he's got 6 already.
What's the alternative option?
We try and kill his minions, but we're going to lose our board. And we don't have anything that kind of jumps out of the hand, unfortunately.
Right. What does your instinct say? Does your instinct say drop him down to 1?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And let's just
do it. Because
the thing is he can bulk this guy up. Yeah. Let's just do it.
Okay.
Let's just see what happens.
Here we go. Push forward.
Alright, we're all in.
Wow.
So if he says well played, we know that he's going to destroy us.
Right.
Okay, he's drawing a card, so either he's taunting us or... Okay. So that's going to be 5 attack. Oh, 9, 13.
No!
He's got 13. I don't think he can do it. No, he can't do it. So that really paid off.
Oh, wow. That was amazing. That was really fun to watch. Yeah, and like... I can see now
so
why
often,
you spend so much time just watching
games
these games.
Come down to like this guessing game of, okay, what could he have in his hand that's gonna do it? So I mean, if we didn't really have any other choice.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't clear his minions.
Yeah.
So it kind of the choice is largely made for us, but it's still fun to just go, well, let's just roll the dice. And it's cool to be able to take them down to 1 and go, you're dead next turn unless you can kill me right now.
Yeah, I mean, I just found that really entertaining just to watch, because for so much of that game, it seemed like he was really, he really had the upper hand.
Yep.
And I just feel like, I'm going to say plural.
Yep.
I like to feel like I had some kind of sway into that.
Yep.
But I just felt like it was a comeback. That was a comeback story.
Yep. And it kind of shows you that even though our deck isn't the best, like we have the right kind of combination of minions and spells and I mean it was great having like a bunch of ways to draw cards that game, just to kind of try and find what we were looking for.
Awesome. Well, look, I feel like there's still so much more I want to learn, so we will continue this Hearthstone for Dummies in our next video. Absolutely. But until then, thank you so very much.
My pleasure. Thanks, Lucy.
Bye.
Bye.